Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and I am your coach of the New York Noibats. It is Season 2, Week number 9 of the P4G. We are going up against Nidor in the Montreal Explouds. Nidor's a good friend of mine. He will have a link in the description of my video, so you guys can check out his channel and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much you guys can see what I have here. I have my Mesprit, Hariyama, Tapu Bulu, Crobat, Hydreigon, and Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor is making a return because it hasn't shown up for like the past 3 weeks. He's bringing Thundee, he's bringing the Serena, Mega Houndoom, Comfey, Lucario, and the Rotom Wash. Now, I do want to apologize before I even get into the video, before I get into the battle, I should say. This was originally a live comm, and my sister kind of messed it up. She came into my room while I was in the middle of recording, and then she goes, "Hey, are you streaming right now?" And then she proceeds to pretty much just go like to the window so she can, let me show you guys. I have a window right over there, so that way she can get a better look at the eclipse. So pretty much ruined my entire video. She opened up the curtain, the lighting was all messed up. I was a little tilted from the beginning of the video. I just finished my intro. We sent out our first Pokemon. I was making some good statements and stuff like that, and she just ruined the whole thing. So this does have to be post-com because I was very tilted. I was like, "Can you please get out? Please, 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 please get out of my room. I'm trying to record. You can go outside. You can look at the eclipse." And I was trying to yell at her too because the eclipse does mess up your eyes if you don't have glasses for it. So anyway, I'm gonna get into the battle now. So I do apologize. So I'm gonna hit play, and pretty much what I wanted to do was get up rocks right away. I did see that he had a spinner, so I mean, I didn't know if he was gonna have an opportunity to set them up. Not set up a rapid spin against me, but you know, I just figured. So he's gonna lead off with his Thundee, and I think he's either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs. I actually didn't ask him. I'm actually recording this like immediately after we're recording the live comm. So he actually goes for the U-turn there, so, and it does a good chunk of damage to me because it is super effective. And I'm just gonna get up my rocks, and after I get up my rocks, I'm like, yeah, I don't really need Mesprit anymore. Mesprit doesn't really do anything for this game. It could switch into a fighting move from Lucario or whatever, but it does carry Dark Pulse. He could be like Nasty Plot, and then it wouldn't even be like a thing that I wanted to like risk because I only had Ice Beam to hit it with, so it could set up on me. So I was just like, you know, let's just let this thing die. If he decides to try setting up, I'm gonna click T-Wave here just in case, but I'm okay with letting this thing go down. So Ashley's gonna go down here to the Dark Pulse, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I have something that pretty much just threatens this out every single time, so I'm gonna go out into my Hariyama, which is thick fat, and he's about to cash these hands, so he has really no switch into close combat at all. So you're gonna see this Rotom like take rocks damage and then take a close combat, and it's going to do quite a lot to it. It does over 50%, so he can 2 KO it. I'm Assault Vest, so I can take any move from this, but I was like, just in case he does have Will-O-Wisp, I am going to switch out here into my Hydreigon because it's a nice middle ground play. If he goes for the Hydro Pump, I resist. If he goes for the Electric type move, I resist. If he goes for the Will-O-Wisp on a special attacking variant, I do have Superpower, but I mean, it would still, even if I was burnt, I could still like 2 KO things like Lucario, so I wasn't really too worried. And this pretty much does bait into Comfey like 100% of the time, so I'm just going to click U-turn here and, you know, just get some momentum on this thing. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go out into Scizor. I'm going to try to set up a Swords Dance, put some pressure on him, because, I mean, his team does not like dealing with Scizor at +2, but he's going to actually make a really good read here, or maybe he was just being cautious, maybe even if he was predicting like a U-turn or something like that. He's actually going to taunt me here, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna try to go for Swords Dance, but I can't. And I was planning on, because like, if I can always go for like Quick Attack instead of like Bullet Punch on things that resist, like the Mega Houndoom, the Thundee, and he actually shows that he's Beer Berry, so that's actually a really cool bring on his part. I think that was really nice, a nice tech that he brought, and this is actually going to allow him to get a slow U-turn off into something that can threaten me out, so that's a really good play, so kudos to Nidor on that one. Now I don't remember what he brings in here, but I was just like, oh, he's probably bringing in the Mega Houndoom. So he brings in the Mega Houndoom here, and I could pretty much just go for like a quick attack here if I wanted to get some chip damage off, but I'm like, I have such a reliable switch into Hariyama, so why wouldn't I go out into it? So I'm gonna go out into it, and he's gonna go for the flamethrower here, and it does nothing to me because I'm thick, fat, and AV, and I have a lot of SPDEF investment. I'm like, this is supposed to like take life orb boom burst from the Explouds, so this is taking some hits, you know. So he's just gonna sack off the Rotom here, and right now I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, Crobat is looking like it can kind of sweep now. Like what's his resist now? Like nothing. So he is going to bring in the Sarah, the Serena, and I was like, he could go for play rough here, so I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to switch out into my Mega Scizor, because even if he wants to go for a grass type move or something like that, even if he wants to go to U-turn, that's all resisted, but he's just going to go for the Rapid Spin, so I'm like, oh crap, my rocks, they're gone, and like, now his Thundee is not going to take the chip damage, his Mega Houndoom isn't going to take the chip damage anymore, so it's a little unfortunate, but I'm like, YOLO, I'm going to set up a Swords Dance anyway. And then he's just going to go for a slow U-turn, which I'm like, I thought he would use it for something else. So he does get a slow U-turn off, and it is unfortunate, but it is it's not the worst thing in the world. Had he actually like not gotten rid of rocks here, he would have been in range of a quick attack. So unfortunate things are unfortunate, but I'm going to make a middle ground play here and go for the go up to the switch into the Hydreigon here, because I do resist both of his stats here, so I can pretty much just eat up any hit and then threaten him out. He might be fearing like Super Power, Earth Power, something like that, but I'm like, so he's not going to stay in here. I'm going to click U-turn again. So we're going to get some chip damage, nice chip damage on the Comfey, which is good, because, you know, this thing was kind of a hindrance to my Hydreigon. So I'm going to bring in Crobat here, and I'm just going to let it get a kill. If he brings, like, I mean, obviously Thundee does come in after this, because it kind of threatens me out, and I can't really, it can knock me out in one hit. So I'm pretty much just going to have to switch out here, because if this thing is Choice Scarfed, it will outspeed me and knock me out. If I do Brave Bird here, I'm only doing 50%, and then he kills me anyway. So I'm going to switch out into my reliable, especially defensive Mon this week, which is my Hariyama. Gonna take the Thunderbolt, eat it like a freaking champion, like a freaking bowl of cereal. We're eating that Cinnamon Toast Crunch this week, and he's gonna switch out, pretty much just showing us that he's choiced. If he went for the U-turn and the Volt Switch there, he would have gone for it. So pretty much confirming that he's choiced. I didn't do the calc to see if he is Choice Specs or Choice Scarfed. I thought he was Scarfed at that time, because of how well that Hariyama ate that, but maybe it should have done less. I don't know if he was Scarfed. And I was like, alright, so the Serena's in here now. I'm gonna switch out into the Mega Scizor, because I know he has Play Rough. I know he has Play Rough at this point. And then I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and it's actually just going to straight up knock out the Serena. It's gonna Oko it from where it's at. And I'm going to pretty much here just go out into my Hydreigon, because like, there's nothing that he can really do against this thing. So he brings out his Thundee, and I'm like, okay, maybe he has the fighting type move, like either like the Z, maybe like a superpower, not necessarily Z super, like the Z fighting move. Maybe he has like Focus Blast, maybe he has superpower. I'm gonna scout for that. I'm going to go into the Tapu Bulu here, but he goes for the U-turn. I'm like, oh no, that's not good. So obviously here he's going to go out to Lucario, because Lucario is kind of a monster. I don't really have a switch into it, like, at all. So right here I'm actually just going to try to sack off my Tapu Bulu, and he's going to reveal the Z fighting move. I knew he was going to have a Z move on this thing. I was expecting the Steelium Z instead of the fighting one, but fighting one does put a lot of hurt on my team. And maybe he was expecting me to switch out, but he does waste his Z move here, because Tapu Bulu, we have like pretty good HP, pretty good defense. We're gonna live this all-out pummeling with ease, and then we're gonna hit it really hard with a Wood Hammer. It is not going to knock it out, but it is going to do a lot of damage. So it brings it to the point where anything could like just sneeze on it and kill it. So that's good. So that's really good. So here I'm like, alright, so right now we're looking at like a 5-0. We're looking at like a 5-0 win. So let me try to preserve it. And I'm going to switch out into my Mega Scizor here. Because after, because pretty much I could go for Bullet Punch and knock it out. It was kind of a roll, but after he goes for close combat here, it's 100% like guaranteed. If I click Bullet Punch, he's gonna get knocked out. So that's exactly what I'm gonna go for. I'm just going to click the Bullet Punch and knock out this Lucario. Lucario is a major threat to my team, so it's a good thing that I did. I was able to get rid of it because Hydreigon does not want to switch in. We do still have Crobat, so that's, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it was definitely something that was scary, because I mean, even if he was like something like set up, like he could set up like +2 in like attack and then go for extreme speeds, and that would be scary and I wouldn't want to deal with it. But he brings out the Mega Houndoom again, and I'm like, alright, I have a very reliable switch in with my Hariyama. He's not going to make any plays. He's not going to go for a nasty plot or anything like that. He's not going to try to like Will-O-Wisp me or do anything weird. Just goes for the Flamethrower, and I can take that pretty easily. So he's just going to go for another one here. And Hariyama's getting weakened a little bit, so it's kind of scary. So we're going to go for the close combat here and just straight up knock this thing out, which is good. And that pretty much just leaves him with just the Thundee left. Now, I don't have anything on my team that can reliably take a Thunderbolt, so I can't really switch this out to guarantee my win, because I can't OHKO Thundurus anyway. So even if I wanted to switch something out and then bring this back in, I would still get two-shotted. So I'm going to sack Hariyama here, and I'm going to bring in my Hydreigon, because I'm pretty sure that he has choice. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse here. And we're actually faster than this thing, so I'm thinking maybe he's Specs, or maybe he's even just Modest Scarf, because I am Timid Scarf. So, whatever he is, I'm going to outspeed him and knock him out with 2 Dragon Pulses here. And that is going to be a win. So we do pick up a 4-0 win over Nidor. Not too, like, there's no really hacks involved or anything like that. So I gotta say, that was a great game. I had a lot of fun. Despite the fact that I was tilted from my sister ruining my first live com. And that's going to be about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. I am going to see you guys next week for when we battle Bill Standish and the Adelaide Honchcrows. So that's going to be very terrifying. He does have webs. He has like Kartana. He has the Kyurem Black. He has the Chandelure. Very terrifying, very offensive team. His record does not like show for how good of a like player that he is, because he could have P8 drive. I think he did misclick there, so I definitely have to be careful. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know, I said that weird. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys next time. Peace.